Good morning, everyone.
Welcome back.
We know that now we're in the days of Sefirat HaOmer, but we have the Avilut of the Omer now. The Gemara says in Masechet Yevamot, Samach Bet Amud Bet, the famous Maaser, Rabbi Akiva had 24,000 students that he says all of them died between Pesach and Atzeret. He says why? Because the Gemara says they didn't act respectively, they weren't nagu b'kavod. The world was left desolate from Torah until Rabbi Akiva went to the Rabotenu Badarom in the south, and he taught them that's Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Elazar ben Shemua. These are the five, the Gemara says, that the Torah spread out to the whole world. Because of this, he says, we have minhagei avilut, we have customs of mourning during the 34 days of the Omer. Now, Kud Yosef asks a very basic question. He says that the Shulchan Aruch writes in Yoredea Siman Shin Tzadi Hey that you're not allowed to mourn too much for a person that passed away. Right? Anyone, the Gemara says, Rav Huna had a neighbor that her wife lost a son, and she was crying too much, and he told her, you cannot cry too much on your son. The Gemara says she didn't listen to him, she didn't care, she cried until the Gemara says all her boys died. There's a reason, there's a seder. The first 3 days you're supposed to cry, 7 days he says for Shiva, 30 days for haircuts and ironing. Mikan ve'elach, Hashem says you're not allowed to mourn too much. Even by a Talmid Chacham he says you can only cry more, you can't cry more than 30 days. And you can't be maspid more than 12 months, because by Moshe Rabbeinu it says Vayivku kol bet Vayivku b'nei Yisrael 30 yom, only 30 days. So why by something that's 2,000 years ago by the Talmidei Chachamim that died, Rabbi Akiva students? Why are we mourning 2,000 years later? You just said halakha, you can't mourn even for Talmidei Chachamim, you can't mourn for more than 12 months. He says here obviously. What? What happened?
Not mourning 12,000 years in a row.
2,000 years? Every year, or 2,000 years, these 34 days where they died, we mourn again and again and again.
Every day there's another death. You're mourning every day.
That's true, but we should have already had nichumim. Just like a person, the Gemara says that, Midrash says really, that when a person loses a relative, for 12 months they're in the heart. After 12 months, Hashem makes a miracle that they nishkechet melev. Otherwise you're never going to settle. But every year we remind ourselves for 34 days, and we have minhagei avilut. A person, even when he has his parents the old side, doesn't do minhagei avilut. He doesn't not get a haircut that day, not listen to music that day, but we have 34 days. We don't get married, we don't wear new clothing, we don't listen to music, we don't get haircuts. So what's the difference? So the Kud Yosef says that, he says, on a regular type of mourning, it's possible to be consoled. On this type of mourning where we lost 24,000 students, he says, this is not mourning for the people. This is mourning for the loss of the Torah that we lost. He says, this kind of avilut, he says, can never go away. Because that Torah that those students left the world, we're never going to get that Torah back. Why? Because Chazal say each person has his own individual portion in Torah that nobody else has. So these 24,000 students had their own portion in Torah that nobody else will ever have. On that we're mourning. That has no consolation at all, because that you're never going to get back. On that he says we have no musad. Just imagine this. One of the students that Rabbi Akiva taught was the Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. We're talking about 24,000 Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochais that you lost and you're never going to get back. Imagine how much Torah was lost in the world. On that type of, he says, on that type of mourning, it can go on for thousands of years and it never ends. That's why he says, this time, like Elon said, take these 34 days. That's why you see a lot of shuls, they have a minhag between Mincha and Arvit, they learn Pirkei Avot. Why? Because Pirkei Avot is all musar, all ethics. Take these 34 days to understand, not just it's a burden, I can't listen to music, I can't shave, let me grow out my beard. No, to understand why are we doing all this? Because they didn't act respectfully towards people. So let me change that. Let me start acting nicer towards people. Let me start learning about people's feelings. Let me not make the same mistake they made. That's the whole point that we're mourning every year. Otherwise, if you're just mourning without understanding the lessons, so it's just, robotic every year. Okay, this is the time I don't listen to music, I don't get married. B'ezrat Hashem, we should be mitchazek in learning more musar. Try learning Pirkei Avot or some little musar here and there so that a person can start developing that sensitivity to other people's feelings. That way we won't chas v'shalom repeat the same mistake that we did before.